A typical domain controller stores the domain partition for its domain, plus the schema partition and the forest configuration partition. A global catalog server is a domain controller that also stores partial partitions, in other words, limited information and data about other domains. By default, the first domain controller that you install in the forest is a global catalog server. If your network only has one domain, a global catalog server doesn't really mean much because every domain controller has the same information. However, if your network has multiple domains, you might want to have a global catalog server in each site. This would speed up global searches of Active Directory information for users in that site. I've opened Active Directory Sites and Services, which has two sites, Atlanta and Denver. Computer 1 is a global catalog server. It was the first domain controller that was installed on this network. However, the Atlanta site does not have a global catalog server. Let's configure Computer 3 to be a global catalog server. The trick here is deciding what properties you need to edit. There's the computer properties, or if you open the domain controller, there's also NTDS settings. And that's the object whose properties you want to edit. NTDS stands for NT Directory Services. That's the Active Directory object that stores Active Directory related settings for that server. So let's right-click the NTDS settings object and select Properties. To configure this server as a global catalog server, you simply check the global catalog box and then click OK. Depending on how big the network is, how much data is stored, to replicate the partial partitions throughout the network to that new global catalog server might require some time.